By now, I've made a lot of money talking trash about Myron Gaines and stop the show. I'm gonna keep on getting rich. If y'all keep watching it, I'm gonna keep doing it. Fast forward. So now that we got that out the way, Myron is over there on X being broke. They're not making that much money on X or on Rumble. So now he's really frustrated, like he's about to whip his own ass, right? And I've noticed something that's very interesting. Myron is taking his hatred towards white women. Now, we all know that Myron doesn't like black people or black women. That is to be expected. But now he's focusing on Caucasian women with a lot of his insults. What he's trying to do is saying, well, no, I don't just focus on one group. I focus on all of them. But that's actually incorrect because Myron has a history of disrespecting white women all the time. And a good example of this is this lady by the name of Quinn Fitness. Quinn Fitness exposed Myron 3 years ago when basically he offered her to come on the podcast if she would. That's right. He needed some booty clapping sounds in order for her to come to the podcast. But that didn't turn out the way he thought.
He reached out to me and wanted to do a podcast, or wanted me to collaborate with him for his show. At the time, I don't know what his following is now, but he had like 10,000 followers on Instagram. I have had at that time around like 42,000, 40,000, something like that. And so I didn't respond to the DM, to be honest. Then one of my friends, who I'm gonna leave anonymous right now, just because I haven't discussed with him whether or not I can share his identity, told me, hey, one of my boys reached out to you, wants to film some content with you. He has a really popular channel, so you should do it. So I actually responded to the DM and I was like, hey, what's up? He said, let's do a collab. I was like, okay, cool. I was actually planning a trip to Miami, so I told him, like, this is what I'm going to be in Miami. I wasn't going to pay to come out to be on his show, and I hadn't even looked into his show. I just kind of went off of the friend's recommendation. So Myron and I went back and forth. I'm just gonna pull up the text so I don't say anything that's not true. He asked me when the soonest I was gonna be out there is. I told him that I was planning on being there Friday. He said he wasn't gonna be available then, and then he asked me a relationship question. For some reason, I did not see that that part of the message, or I was busy or whatever. So I said, do you wanna make it happen, or should I plan for next week? And he said it'd have to be next week, so we're just discussing logistics. I answered his question, said, I'm not dating anyone right now, dated someone a couple months last year, but before that I was single and I love talking on that topic. He said, okay, cool, I'm up for that. I'm not gonna do anything platonic with you, just being honest. And I thought he was reaching out for a collaboration because we're both well known in the fitness industry. And my Instagram following is larger than his, so at the time I still didn't know he had a 400, him and his partner have a $400,000 subscriber YouTube page. But I have been approached about collaborations before, and so since I was gonna be out there, I was down to do it. So when he said, I'm not trying to do anything platonic with you, it was completely left field for me because I was only thinking we were going to do some kind of fitness related content collab. And he said, no problem, I collab directly with girls I date, no pressure though. And I was like, so if we aren't dating, you don't want to collab? Because he's never even asked me on a date at this point. So I was like, he said, no, don't mean to be an a-hole, but we have plenty of women in Miami. And I said, well, same, we have plenty of men here in California, so why would I fly to Miami to date someone who I know nothing about?
Now, after she exposed him for basically telling the truth, she showed all the receipts. Myron then sent all of his minions from the podcast over to her Instagram. Now, at the time that she was doing this young lady was pregnant.
Hey y'all, so I did not want to do another video about this whole situation, but because they're going to be doing a Q&A and because things are getting so completely out of hand as if they haven't already been, I just wanted to make a little video, super short, and it's a message to Myron. And the reason why I'm not just sending this to him is because I realized that he lies a lot. And so, you know what? I figured if I send him a message, he's probably going to lie about it. So let's just put it on YouTube, and that way there's no room for misinterpretation or lying. So directly from me to him, this is what I wanted to say, what I want to say. I'm reading it on my phone so that I don't get feisty. and I only say what needs to be said. Hey, I just want to say, so Myron, this one's for you. Hey, I just want to say this one thing. I've come to the conclusion that you despise women, so I doubt that this will even make a difference to you. But I saw your announcement about the Q&A and I need to make this known. I am losing my baby. I've been on bed rest for a month. My doctors don't know why I'm losing the baby, but the one thing they've told me to do to protect my baby is to rest and avoid any unnecessary stress. For 2.5 months, I have been harassed by your following because you gave them my Instagram and you told them to go roast me. After the video I posted, until the video I posted, I had not said a thing. I had called my mom crying days before posting that video because the bullying had gotten so bad. The bullying that is a direct result of you sharing my Instagram handle and telling people a distorted version of what actually happened. I am not saying that you are single-handedly responsible for my baby dying. What I am saying is that I took steps to avoid all kinds of stress. I haven't worked out in a month. I've stayed home and stayed on my couch. The only stress that has been out of my control is the harassment I've gotten from your followers in the sake of supporting your name. And now I'm being told that in a week or so, I'm gonna go into early labor and I might have 2 minutes to hold my baby before it dies. I don't know what you have up your sleeve for this Q&A tomorrow, but I do know that everything I shared on that video was 100% honest. What you did to me was wrong. And so with that, know this. If you do anything to stir up more hate from your fans and put more heat on me during this unbelievably dark time, so help me, I will do everything in my power to make sure that you are legally held responsible for everything you deserve.
He put this innocent woman under so much pressure that she was almost gonna lose her child, but it got swept underneath the rug. Now, Myron is back bothering white women again on Twitter. If you don't believe me, we're gonna go into details. So guys, you've already heard how Myron has a problem with women in general, but it's not just limited to black women, okay? It's limited to all women, all right? Now, on this particular thing, imagine standing on your tippy toes naked, just take a photo and a bunch of simps comment hard, like hearty eyes, like they're thirsty, like the thirsty blanks that they are. Well, you losers in 304 has been safe since 2008 on X, but now I'm here to cook you F-bombs. You know, the F-bomb that's pejorative. No one is safe. This is why so many modern women are absolutely useless, because they never had to be useful thanks to you F-bomb simps. Now, first of all, this lady is not even bothering the guy. I don't want to show the picture because it could probably get deleted from YouTube. But again, this guy does this all day. Like, the women are not even talking to him or anything. He's just harassing these women for no apparent reason. This white woman is like a adult model or whatever. So I guess, you know, he's roasting the guy for being her boyfriend. He goes, LMFAO, Nick Naircina, the blank gets hung up on by his girl, Sky Bree, the 304 for mentioning my name. Bro, I tried to warn you and you're still with this girl? What the F is wrong with you? She's still posting nudes, getting her cheeks clapped, dudes on the internet. Why do men have zero respect for themselves in 2024? Again, it's something that you can't change. Like, if she's booty clapping it up, like, what does it matter? She's not bothering you. Let her be a booty clapper. Okay, just let them clap cheeks. And for example, I don't go around bothering people who are booty clapping it up. I don't care what race you are. As long as you leaving me alone, I don't care what you do. Now, he posted this about this white lady here. She posted a video about how she's 42, child free, Labor Day weekend. Who cares, right? I don't care. No one else should care. But why do not good looking chicks, he called her something else, have the biggest egos? Holy F. Being single at 42 and below mid is a crisis. Now, first of all, again, this is another white lady out there that's not bothering anybody. She's just putting out a video. You might not like the video, but this is a Caucasian woman that's just minding her own business. She says she's child free. She's 42. Great. If she believes her life is excellent without kids and a husband and whatever, like, why do we need to bother her? She's not bothering you. She damn sure ain't bothering me. Let her do her. But no, let's harass white women all day as a, anti-FBA hater. And again, they're going to point to you guys who do this. And then when they find out your background, they're going to be like, oh, we shouldn't let these kind of people into the country. And Myron, you're going to be the reason why. So basically this woman here, she's a lady by the name of Pokemon. Okay. She is not bothering this guy at all. Okay. So here's what she put on her thing. He's attacking this chick by the name of Pokemon. Okay. Pokemon. She wrote pissed. Again, pissed. You don't know why she's pissed. But again, he put this. I'd be mad too if all my simp fans just wanted to secretly bang me and not actually care about my views. As a matter of fact, if I took your brain and put it in a man's body, you would live in poverty. First of all, like, why does that matter? And then she blocks him. And then he says, this is why she blocked me. I was about to ratio her in her top simp below me. Make sure to click the link below, like and comment. No, they are talentless and good for nothing else but basically booty clapping sounds. Again, this is something that doesn't matter. Like, the lady is not bothering the guy at all, right? And see, this is what I'm talking about. These dudes go around talking about black people are thugs and is this and that. Well, they're going to be able to say that, these Sudanese guys who become citizens are harassing non-black women all day on Twitter because they are misogynistic and hate women, and they need to be locked up for harassment. Like, this is something that somebody that's almost like damn near a killer would do. Like, that's where you're progressing to, bro. Like, you need to leave these ladies alone. These ladies are not even bothering you. Now, somebody posted a clip about what do you notice about the average American girl? All of these are white women, right? This is what women go to college to do. Make cringe dance videos, drink alcohol, booty clap it up with the top 20% of dudes on campus that are athletes and frat bros, graduate in debt, and eventually work entry level job in HR. Eventually work a blank entry level job in HR, making $60K per year while saying men are trash. The only good of social media is now men can see how higher academia corrupts ladies into being 304s. Again, you're gonna get your Negro wake up call harassing these white ladies. I've already told you. You see, Myron is operating with a level of false confidence right now because he believes that because he's cool with some people on the alt-right or the alt-white, then he's gonna be able to call out a lot of the things going on in the culture of modern women, including that of white women. But what he doesn't realize is he's still black. You see, that's something that he doesn't understand. He thinks he can get away with it, but here's my prediction. There's gonna come a time where Myron is going to get his Negro wake-up call for talking about white women. You see, there's the difference. White men will basically let a guy like that talk so much, but then once he's talking about white women, they're gonna want to put him into his place. And that's what he's gonna get that one strike deal. You know what, white people, for the most part, you only get one time before you can really mess up. And then once you get it, that's all that you need. Now just think about this. He's on X, he's no longer on YouTube, he's no longer on Instagram, he's no longer on Facebook. But what if you get hit with the harassment charge? Harassing women online. What if somebody from a big news report station writes an article about you because of what you're doing to women every day? All through his X, all the time. This guy literally hates women, and he's doing this as a African Arabic guy. Now, again, remember, Myron's family was not born in America, and that could fit a narrative that, hey, this guy whose parents came from somewhere else don't respect women like that. To be honest, you don't hear these other guys like Nick Fuentes, and those guys on the alt-right, they don't talk about women like that. But Myron is going to get his Negro wake-up call, because as a man, especially as a man that's black, you're not going to be able to talk about white women only for so long. You think that you lost out on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, but here's what's going to happen. Myron is carrying out so bad, I predict he's going to be one of the first guys to get kicked off Rumble and then X. And then once that goes, guess what you're about to do? Back to Carl's Jr., sweeping the floor out there selling crisp cut fries. And I'm telling a lot of guys out there, you cannot harass women online. You just can't do that. You can't talk about them, call them, this and that, call them Thadianas, whatever you can do. It's not gonna work on social media. So guys, what did you think? Did you enjoy watching Myron destroy his career? If so, subscribe, hit the bell. I'd love to have you a subscriber. We're out.